How you doing, folks? This is Randy Schultz from Flyboy Kennels. I just wanted to pass along another piece of gear that I found that really works well. This is just another in a series of videos that I put out called Gear That Works. I didn't receive any compensation from this company at all. As a matter of fact, the only correspondence I had with them was when I ordered it and received 3 of them in the mail. And also I called them to let them know that they were having some trouble with their website, and they said it would be up and running again by October. But there's also a phone number you can call and order this stuff if you want, and I'll have all that information at the end. Typically for bird dog people, tie out stakes or something that, you know, everybody's got a different type. When I started, I used rebar and tied a chain to it and chained my dogs out like that. And then I went to the chain gang, and I still like the chain gang idea. But many times there's situations where you want to just tie out one dog, and the chain gang is not very practical. So a lot of guys went to tie out stakes, and I've got some of those too, and they work just fine, and I'm going to show you some of those in a minute as well. But this new innovation works much better because you can actually tie a pan to the stake, and it is attached to it, and you can put water or food in it, as the case may be, and I really do think that that's a better way to go, and I'll show you why right now. This is the stainless steel stake that I ordered, and it comes with the chain, the tie-out chain as well. The unique thing about this, it's all stainless and it's very substantial, as a matter of fact. I've got some that are much thinner, and I've bent them. The dogs have bent them, yanked them out of the ground. But these, so far, I've been on a 2-week trip to Montana this year already. Have had no problems with that at all. I really think that this is a very well built tie-out stake. The unique thing about it is that it also comes with this, and the way this works is after you drive the stake into the ground, and you can see that it's a very substantial stake and you can drive it into the ground easily. What you can do is you can go ahead and attach the bowl to the top of the stake. It's latched on there with this pin, push through there like that, and then this bowl is attached to the stake and won't come off. It's waterproof, so you can put water in it, and I'll show you that in a minute as well. I've got one of my dogs tied out here. The neat thing about it is it's off the ground, and I've tried all kinds of different things. I'll show you what I tried before, and the problem with some of the other stuff I've tried is the dogs, you know, some of them will pee in it, some of them will put dirt in it, and I've even heard stories about some dogs will even try to poop in it, you know. So if you put a bowl out, they'll turn it over, they'll empty it. But this way the bowl is secure, it'll hold water. I haven't had any problems with dogs knocking it over. Haven't had any problems with dogs being unable to get to it. It really works well. Let me show you what I've got here as far as a dog actually attached to one of these. Of course, this is my my Brittany cap, and he is actually tied to one of these tie-out stakes right now, and you can see that I've got water in it, and it's at head level, and he can get the water whenever he likes. He can get to it. It's off the ground, and they actually recommend driving the stake down lower into the ground, which I think is probably a good idea as well. It probably won't hit your shin as much, but I've had dogs tied to it for a long time, and you know, they don't jerk it out of the ground. It's not a problem with that. It also comes, if you want to not have this pan, it'll also come with a bucket, a higher sided bucket. I went ahead with a pan just because that's what I'm used to. Some of the other things I used to use was a standard tie-out stake, and I actually put a bunt pan at the base of it. I saw that on a picture in Bird Dogs and Fly Fishing, and I PM'd the guy and I said, "What is that? What are you doing here with the bunt pan?" And he told me that it works well. You just fill it up with water or food or whatever you want, and that worked well for a while. But then the dog's got dirt in it, and if you're going to clean it out, what you have to do is you actually have to pull the stake out of the ground. So I just thought that was kind of it was really kind of a pain for me, so I kind of nixed that idea and went back to the standard tie-out stake with you know, just using a dog pan, and I'm back to square one. So this really seemed to be a good solution, and I really think that highly endorse this. It takes care of all the problems that I can foresee. The way this works now is let's say you want to feed the dog, you got water in there, then all you have to do is reach around and pull this pin out of the side like that, pull it off, and then you can go ahead and dump it out, put food in it, and slide it back on. Here's what the steak looks like when it's without the pan on it. It comes with the chain as well. Very, very useful. And like I said, I gave it a good 2-week tryout with 4 of my dogs in Montana just this last September. I really think that this is the cat's meow as far as solving that problem. That's the good part. One of the others that I think that you need to know about is that you need to learn how to drive a steak straight up and straight down, which I had a little bit of a problem with initially, but you know, as it tilts, the water tilts as well. So, but that's just that's a me problem. That's nothing to do with the product. So this is the actual product itself close up, and you can see that it's held in there by this pin. The pin's very substantial, and the chain rotates around the bottom attached to this little wheel thing right here. It's all very well built. Like I said, it's a stainless steel steak and aluminum bucket. If you want one of these, this is where I got it. Bird Dogs and Guns at birddogsandguns.com, 931-323-1917. Their website will be up and running by October 2nd, I was assured by email. And I bought mine off the website. But I think if you want to get one before then, you can just go ahead and call that number and order it there. These are not free, and they're not cheap, but with the quality, then they should last quite a while. I used to go through tie-out steaks routinely, and the welds would break, and you know, the dogs would pull them out of the ground and so on like that. But I think this thing is really worth having, and I'm going to give it a strong buy recommendation. So once again, this is Randy Schultz with Flyboy Kennels, and I hope you give one of these a try. In your comments, let me know what you think. And remember, always trying to be the guy your dog thinks you are. Thanks a lot.